Welcome to AHRK Encounter. I'm your host Melanie, and I'll be joining you along the AHRK path. We will continue our discussion on overcoming distraction. I'm excited to see how we can adapt our lifestyles to mitigate distraction. Our guide today, Bernard Bashira, will be taking us through the lens of lifestyle, where we will encounter an exceptional VIP. Now let's get you started on the AHRK path journey with this quick video.
AHRK is the lifestyle path to better choices. It empowers us to live life to the fullest and paves the way for people like you and me to discover our unique purpose and passion. Choosing to walk the AHRK path invites transformation and growth in 5 key areas of life: leadership, communication, mindset, community, and lifestyle. As we dive into these lenses, they redirect our focus and guide us into a deeper understanding of where we're at today and where we're going tomorrow. This is AHRK Encounter.
And welcome back to AHRK Encounter. My name is Bernard Bashira, and today we have an amazing show for you. We're going to be talking about distractions and the endless distractions that surround us. But we're looking at it through a lens of lifestyle, and it's such an important because this lens impacts us in so many different ways, and that's why we found a perfect guest that we'd love to interview about this. And he's a good friend. His name is Cayden Riley. He's a fitness coach, and it's something that he engages in and day out, is how to stay focused on his clients. But most importantly is, how does he stay focused on his family, and how does he find that balance between the two? Because that's what distractions are. They don't just stay compartmentalized in one aspect of our lives. They're everywhere. So welcome, Cayden.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you.
Yes.
We figured this was a perfect topic for you. It's something that you live in and day out. I mean, the distractions in your world are literally swirling around you, from your clients wanting your attention, your family needing your attention, and of course your own needs. It's just your hobbies and what you love to do. And you might not be comfortable with this term, but we think you're a VIP. And what VIP is for us is someone that really lives into their value. They're anchored in their identity, and every moment they live out their purpose. And that's someone that's really accomplished in their aspect of life that they live into. So we want to really begin with that journey and really talk about what is that first encounter that you've had in distractions. And I know your journey as being a fitness coach started early on in life, but to be successful in that, what was that initial it's really instant that you had with distractions in your life?
Well, I think when it comes to my life and the message that I try and preach to my clients, to my friends, to the community around me, is a lesson that I learned early on in my athletic career. I started wrestling at 7 years old, and from that moment, my father had told me about creating a purpose, creating a goal. Finding that goal and doing your best to not try and push distraction away, but understand that it's something that's going to be there, and how to adapt and how to overcome. And even the term overcome, I wouldn't even say accurately depicts what you have to do in achieving that goal. Make it something that is going to make you better. Make it something that is going to make you or force you to be more fine-tuned in achieving that goal. So early on obviously as an athlete, you're dealing with, as a youth athlete and student athlete, school, and trying to find yourself. And so I had to do things in creating a schedule, in making sure that goal was something in the forefront of my mind every day. And so those small and important principles that I learned early on in my life and in my career carried on into the personal training and the fitness realm with my clients. And so obviously now as a fitness coach, it's everyone's goal to achieve something. Someone comes into a gym and they want to achieve, whether it be weight loss, or whether it be body transformation, or whether it be being healthier. And so it's getting and understanding that distraction will always be there, but finding a way of utilizing that as a way of becoming more sharp in getting to those goals and keeping those goals in the forefront.
Yeah. And I appreciate that. It's something that we've all kind of journeyed through that. But for me, I just want to make sure that I didn't hear you say embracing the distractions, because it's interesting. I think this is the first instance where I hear about don't try to push off the distractions in a sense, but be aware of that they exist. They're gonna come at you, and they're coming at you in a sense. And you kind of jumped us into the AHRK lens of acknowledgement, is acknowledging that they are there. But I just love your as you talked about and I love that you brought your dad into it as well, is that be aware of them, but don't embrace them in a sense, and work through them to get to your goal, and having you be focused on your goal. So I mean that's powerful. Tell me about that. How do you? Because it must have been easy sometimes to embrace some of those distractions, because they lead you down crazy and unfulfilling different areas of your life. What were some instances in your life where you looked at it and said, you know what, you intentionally or unintentionally embrace those distractions?
Well, I think there's instances in my life that turned into blessings. I grew up in a household where we were very low income. We didn't have a lot of resources. And so growing up, there were a lot of my friends and people around me that had, easier opportunities to gain and to move ahead in life. And so I could have used that as a way of going, well, I was dealt a bad hand. Yeah. And instead, I utilized that as saying, how is this going to make me stronger? How is this going to not stop me, but make me better at achieving that goal? And I think going back to now, people, they always forget the end goal. And as long as you continue to make strides towards that end goal, don't give up. There's a lot of people that something will happen in their life. And for a basic example, weight loss. We want to lose 20 pounds. You know what? There's going to be a weekend where you're going to enjoy your family for a birthday party. Yeah. Then they come on a Monday and they're like, I went up 2 pounds. But you know what? That's life. And it shouldn't be looked at as a bad thing. We need to know that those events are going to happen. And as long as our focus is forward, and as long as our focus is in improving, we're going to eventually achieve that. I always say that time is unstoppable. Time will always continue to push forward. In a year, you're going to be a year older. What are you going to do in that year? Are you going to be halfway to your goal? Or are you going to get to a quarter of your goal and go, this is not going as planned, and I'm going to stop? So I always try and preach, continue to try and push, continue to try and keep that not as, I gained 2 pounds. No, Monday's here. I'm going to incorporate good principles to try and achieve those goals.
Well, that's why you're here. I mean, you brought it back to lifestyle, and it's kind of I knew there was no way for me to get distracted, to distract you from the goal of lifestyle, because that's what you do. You're inarguable in that. You live that lifestyle in everything that you do. It's ingrained in your mindset that there's this celebration that needs to happen. People might be looking for fitness or weight loss, but they're also living their life. There's no setting them apart. There's no pulling them apart and going, well, I'm just going to live a life of fitness. And I'm sure you've seen people that just live a life of fitness and not really are fulfilled in their lifestyle in a sense. Right. And it's not something that you condone or celebrate. But it's distractions. It's people that get distracted, and some people embrace those distractions that really lead them into that getting lost in that sense. And I think this next part of the journey on the AHRK path is there is healing. So if you do get lost, if you do get distracted, if you do as I do, fall off the wagon work gets too stressful, and I don't make it to the gym, and I overindulge, and you go, it's too hectic. There's healing involved. And so how do you walk people through that healing concept because it's a lifestyle. I went down this journey of life, I got lost, but I need to come back and I need to restore my body, heal my body.
I think it goes back to finding out what is important for you. One of the things that I always try and tell people that come and see me is there is there's no path that is what you should do for you. You create that path.
Gosh, I just want to block that up. It's so good. I think what you said is so powerful, because I think most of us think that I should be living in a certain way, and a lot of that comes from our people around us.
Yep.
They tell you how you should be living, and as if there's a formula for me for right now, and there isn't a formula for you for right now. It is you lead that. You own that. You desire that, and you live that out. But there is a way back from a bad choice, and that's the reality of it. As taking overindulging, for example, and going, that's not my lifestyle. There is a path back from that, and I just love how you captured it. I'm going to watch this again, and I hope you guys do as well. But I interrupted you. But I just what does that live like? I mean, there's healing involved.
Right.
Because there's necessarily a right way to live this moment.
Right.
So how do you encourage people to adopt that?
Well, I think, obviously there are actions in life that should be avoided. Obviously, there are major things that we shouldn't do for our own humanity. But I try and preach or at least encourage the people that come and see me that your journey is your journey. Don't look at myself. Don't look at the Instagram model that you're following. You are you. And as long as you understand and create a positive goal for yourself and are continuing to try and improve, continue to try to achieve that is all that matters. When we grow up and we're trying to find a career, or trying to find a job, there is no, oh, you should do this, you have to do that. When you make, or you should make this amount of money, the same way with your own personal body. For my daughter's birthday last week, enjoyed cake with her and pizza.
And you got it on film. I mean,
yes. And you know what? I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And because that was a part of that lifestyle for the weekend. Yeah. It's important to me to cherish my daughter's relationship.
Love that.
And my family's community. And so I participated knowing that on Monday, is my weight gonna be up? It is. And embracing that, understanding that, guess what? Monday, just because my weight went up 2 pounds, does not mean I have to now give up my journey.
Yeah.
My journey is I want to be healthy, and I want to feel good about myself. And I find that through exercise and through other various activities. And as long as I continue to go, Monday, I'm going to go back to healthy actions and healthy in a healthy environment and healthy mindset. And that mindset is not going to get deterred by, oh, I went on a great vacation and I get that all the time. I'm going on a vacation next week. How can I maintain the same body? No, don't worry about that. That shouldn't bother you. That should be your lifestyle. Because as long as we consider something in its totality, from start to when you are eventually done with what you want to accomplish, who cares about the bumps in the road? The same we understand in our retirement accounts. We have investment guys that preach to us, the market's gonna, as long as we see the trends. If you looked at the market every day, you'd be going crazy with the ups and downs. But as long as we see that 10% increase every or 6 to 10% increase every year, we're happy.
Love that. I love how you pointed all the distractions. I don't think it's as, for me and listening to you, recognizing those distractions in my life they're so abundant. And just being focused on the goal, and as I mean, you set goals for a living, you're conscious of it, but it's something that the more that we embrace it, the more that we keep an eye on the totality of it. I just love that, not just a single segment of it. And that's that. I think that we need healing in that. I think that healing of that mindset, and I think you just brought some of that healing into my mindset, is that let's look at the overall goal of it, and that's kind of where this next segment we go into, is as we go into restoration. How do I make that a part of my normal day-to-day life? Because I want to be that restoration when I kind of fall off for the weekend or fall off for the week. Sometimes I go, oh, it's a week. I go 3 weeks before I come back to it, and then the journey is harder.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And so, but I want that restorative mindset of pushing off those distractions in my life to go, hey, you know what? It was just, I had a week. I need to get back on. And so help me through that mindset, because I know you have to overcome it. It's not something that you go, oh yeah, of course you're a fitness coach, you were born this way, and the reality is you have to earn it, you have to work for it.
Right.
What was that journey in restoration where that became normative in your life?
I think it goes back to looking at. It was something that my father instilled in me, and as I got older, I tried to understand what he was teaching me in, and I always go back to the word goals, but it's also putting things in its proper order, creating a schedule, creating a game plan. From the time we're born, our parents instill in us a game plan. We have a feeding schedule when we're born. We have all these schedules. And all of a sudden, when we start to get adult freedom, people want to push those away. And when they want to push those adult schedules or commitments for the sake of freedom, that's when things start to go haywire. You go into high school, you have periods. You go into college, you have a syllabus. You're always given something as a game plan. Now, a syllabus, are you always sticking to the syllabus? No. But there's the end. You have the final on this date, and this is what we're hoping to cover by that final. You have that game plan. And I think until people, and this is one thing I tell all of my clients, create a game plan. If you want to reach some body goal and you say, I'm going to wake up 30 minutes before I have to go to work and hopefully my diet's going to be great. That's just not good planning. Yeah. So planning for your goal and keeping preparation in the forefront. And whether that is coming back from your vacation and saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to give myself a realistic schedule. When I come back from my vacation on Sunday, Monday, I'm going to be pretty tired. You know what? I'm going to goal for Wednesday is when I'm going to work and get back into it. And creating those realistic schedules, I think, makes it attainable. I get all these people that come in and they go, I want to lose 20 pounds in 30 days. Oh, how are you going to make that a lifestyle when this crash course is you're trying to put this crash course, create a goal that's attainable. Because the human nature, and one thing I've realized with the human nature is and I'll use the gym as an example. You come in and let's say all you can do is lift 10 pounds over your head 10 times. Well, I give you 15 pounds and say, let's try and hit it 10 times. Right off the bat, you're going to go, I can't do that. And all of a sudden, discouragement starts to hit. Yeah. Create a successful goal to where you know you can hit it. I would rather start you at 8 pounds for 15 to build your confidence. Creating a goal that's achievable and attainable so that your confidence starts to grow. You need to love yourself. You need to love your and be a biggest fan of you to be able to achieve those goals. So understanding I can accomplish this. And once you know I can accomplish, Sky's the limit.
Love that, love that. And I tie that into that restoration is setting the goal and living into it.
Yep.
And I think it's funny because you do it every day as a lifestyle within yourself, and then you also do it for others. People come to you because they're not confident enough that they can set their own goals. And it's like, well, I'm going to come to you, help me set my fitness goal, my health goals. And you do that for them every day. But I think this concept of restoration is not when you actually ink out the goals, is when you actually start living it out.
Right.
And I love how you've made it tangible for our viewers today. It's because that concept of restoration is so critical, because it is when you choose, and it's a choice, and we come back to that, is you choose to start to live that out, to recognize that you can't get to that place where you want to live fulfilled, because our goal is not the end destination. Actually, it's the beginning of kingdom. This is what we talk about. Kingdom is when you get to your goal, is you start living into this normative lifestyle of attaining your goal. It's every day. It's not an end game. It's like, oh, I got my goal. Ooh, we're done. Right. That's the beginning of knowing this pattern. And this is kind of what Cayden does. He lives out this kingdom lifestyle of fitness. But I just want to say, it's not just fitness. He lives out with his family, his community. He knows how to value his family, the time that he spends with them, and his friends. I mean, the community that you've built around you, the friendships is tremendous, because you've told me they're not just your clients, they're your friends. Mm-hmm. And that's a true recognition of your community. So how do you celebrate that kingdom lifestyle? Because you have people come into your life and then they disappear and then they come back later on. How do you? Because I know you're comfortable in how you live out this kingdom reality. How do you demonstrate that to others, for people to hold on to that vision?
I think for me, what I find that makes me fulfilled in doing what I do, and like you said, there's many people that come into my life for a short period of time and then they leave, and I don't, I might not ever talk to them again. But what I hope that I demonstrate, and it goes back to my childhood, is to be and I tell my clients this all the time, be a champion. Everyone wants to be holding a trophy at the end of the day. Yeah. Hold the trophy at the end of the day. Yeah. Create those daily goals. Going to the gym, talking with your wife, spending time with your kids. Make those conscious efforts to win, and win the day. You talk to your wife and you're able to have a great conversation with your kids, or you're able to go, make time to go to your son's soccer game or baseball game. That's a win. Yeah. You're a champion today. And I try and tell all of my people, we're all champions. In our own unique way, we are all champions. So live the champion lifestyle. We all see and obviously in America and worldwide, sports figures glorified for all the work that they put in to eventually win a game. If that's for a game, why not your life? Yeah. Wake up in the morning set an alarm clock. And if you wake up at the alarm time instead of pressing snooze, that was a win. Yeah. Make it every time you go, I am a champion today because I accomplished my goals. And those goals don't have to be just in fitness. They got to be, like you said, your whole lifestyle.
Love that. I mean, you are a champion in lifestyle. I think that was one of the reasons why we chose you for that. You so demonstrated that. I really appreciate that. This is not something that you pretend. This is not something that you make believe. It's you choose to live that every day. And I think we want to learn your journey, as Cayden has demonstrated and showcased how he lives out his lifestyle journey. We want to hear yours, because the AHRK path is about community. It's about finding more people that have these values and they know who they are, their identity, and they live into their purpose. We want to know your journey. We want you to come alongside of us and help us recognize what's available. Because the more that we share these values with others, the possibilities, the better our world will be and the better that our days are. And that's what it's about. It's community. So Cayden, I want to thank you. Love this. I just came
Bernard.
back from my vacation, so I will be seeing you soon.
Yes, yes.
I appreciate the time. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, we look forward to seeing all of you on the AHRK path and checking out Cayden as well.
Thank you.
That was incredible to hear, that we create our own path. There is no formula, as time is unstoppable and we must keep moving forward. If you want to learn more, you can check out our website at www.arcpath.com. We even have our social media handles at ARCPath, and we have our podcast featuring the talented Bernard Bashir and Casey Cox. You can check out the Circles Now app for more course content. Thank you for tuning in to AHRK Encounter, and we'll see you on the next one.